Let's talk about Wikispaces. Wiki, what? How can Wikispaces be used effectively in the classroom? And I know you're asking yourself, what in the world is a Wikispace? Let me give you just a little bit of background and then I'll take you to the Wikispaces page. Wikispaces Classroom is a social writing platform for education. Wikispaces makes it incredibly easy to create a classroom workspace where you and your students can communicate and work on writing projects alone or in teams. Wikispaces allows for you to provide students with safe social networking and project-based learning. And Wikispaces Classroom is free for teachers and for students. All right, let's go to wikispaces.com and you can see it's the world's best wiki platform. And it says, which kind of wiki would you like? Well, do I want wiki for education or do I want wiki for everyone else? Well, of course, this is Bryant's professional learning page for technology and education. So obviously we're going to go for education. So I'm going to sign in because I already have an account, or you can create one, of course, which you will need to do before you use it. So I'm going to sign in. If it'll let me. As you can see, there's always room for problems in technology. As you can see, it's a really good idea to remember what you signed up with. And I just signed up a second ago, but I guess it linked me to an old account. So lesson learned right there, very important. You need to remember which passwords are and what email you signed up with. And of course, when I began my Wikispaces last year, you can see I was teaching kindergarten, and so therefore I had my Douglas County email, which I am now in the Cobb County School District. So let me show you a couple of things about Wikispaces. When you sign up, you've got your dashboard, and you can create a wiki, or you see the wikis that you're either a guest in or wikis that you created. And let me show you some things. This is the wiki I just created, so there's really nothing on it. I just want to walk you through some things on it. You can have your members, you can invite members, you can have a code, and then the students can also, they have to come in with the code. As you saw earlier, you can, as a teacher or as a student, teachers can create their own wikis, and then students can have a code and then be members of different wikis. You can see you can create a project, whatever the project may be. You can create an event and let them know when things are going on. This is, very similar to some of the things we talked about with Edmodo. So let's go, and you can create pages. There's just different things that you can do. So let's go back to the home. And this is just, this is where you can introduce yourself. So you could say, okay, so I'm going to create a discussion. Here's my discussion. Introduce yourself. And have all of your students give a little introduction about themselves. This is great to do at the beginning of the year. Create drag a file. Maybe you want them to upload a picture of themselves when they are discussing things. And then this is when you would create your event. This up here tells you what projects are already there, events that are already there. But down here, this is where you create these things. Now let's come back over here to the wiki. And let's go to Kooky Kindergarten capitalization. And you're probably thinking, why is she spelling it that way? Well, because it's kooky and it's kindergarten, and I wanted to do it with a K. And as you can see, and one thing let me say right now is, with kindergarten, it's more of a thing that your parents would have to sign you on, of course. Wikispaces would be more conducive with the upper elementary and middle school, and definitely middle school and high school. For it to be more of an independent avenue, especially with the social networking aspect of it. But here, for the younger ones, you can still have an assignment up that, because Wiki lets you edit things that are here. So My introduction just says this wiki is for kindergarten students to practice editing sentences and paragraphs, and it just says look for new pages over here. And now there's only one to do, and I will show it to you in a second. So this just says welcome. I want you to introduce yourself, start discussions, different things that you can do. And so here it says, here's our winter paragraph. And because this is one of the standards for kindergarten, I thought it would be a good thing that they could, come on online at night and say, oh, let's look at this. And so of course it says, I went for a walk in the snow. It was fun. Did you see the snowman I made? I had a great time. What did you do in the snow? And this is a simple paragraph that with kindergarten standards, they should be able to edit. So I can edit that, but my members, that they can come in, and then the kids, they can click on it and they can edit it, and then they can save it, and then you can see how they edit it. And then you can come and you can add a discussion, write a comment and say, I like the way you did this. Perhaps you could lead them to a mistake they made or something they didn't see, and you can have dialogue back and forth. In addition to this, you can also be guests of wikis. You can find wikis about many different topics. You can follow wikis with your classroom about other educational topics, other subject areas that you're learning about. But wiki this is just to get you started with wikis and how it can be used in your classroom. So contact me for more information and some more tutorials and individual instruction to learn about wikis.